Invincible versus Ben 10. It's a matchup that's divided the power scaling community for years now. On one side, you have Mark Grayson, the Viltrumite powerhouse who can move moons and survive on the surface of the sun. And on the other hand, you have Ben Tennyson, a kid with a device that makes him a walking extinction event for every species in the galaxy. But today, we aren't just talking about who has more aura. We're talking about the factual lore and the biology behind these two. Is Mark's sheer physical dominance enough to blitz the watch, or is the Omnitrix simply too broken Mark to handle? Let's get into the facts. But before we do, like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. Now let's get into it. So we have to start with the single most important piece of the lore in this entire fight. The Omnitrix. Not just the Omnitrix, but the Omnitrix Fail-Safe. A lot of Invincible fans argue that Mark can just speed blitz before Ben even realizes he's in a fight. Factual rebuttal? No, he can't. The Omnitrix isn't just a manual tool, it's a biological reset button with a built-in survival instinct that was put there by Azimuth himself. It's confirmed in the series that if the user is in life-threatening danger, the watch automatically transforms the user into the specific alien needed to survive. And this happens instantaneously, faster than the speed of light. It saved Ben from a big bang explosion. Even if Mark tries to put his fist through Ben 10's chest at faster than light speeds, the watch simply reacts and transforms him before the impact connects. Now, if you can't bypass the failsafe, you can't beat Ben 10. That's the absolute 0 point for this entire debate. Now let's look at the stats for Invincible. Mark's power comes from smart atoms, which gives Viltrumites their powers, their insane durability, their strength, their flight. We've even seen Mark help physically tear apart the planet Viltrum, survive punches from Thrag on the surface of the sun at 2 million degrees, and also move at speeds that ignore gravity entirely. And by the end of the series, Mark Grayson is a small planet level threat with Class Z lifting strength. He is physically a god, but physical gods have physical weaknesses. Viltrumites are famously vulnerable to specific internal equilibrium disruption. Their ears are their Achilles heel. If you mess with their balance, you can neutralize their entire power set. And that's where Ben 10's versatility comes into slaughter here. I mean, we all saw what Cecil, a regular human, was able to do. Invincible is a brawler, but Ben 10 is a biological counter pick. If Mark tries to close in the distance, Ben has ultimate Echo Echo, or even just regular Echo Echo. Mark's physiology is uniquely sensitive to sound, and Ultimate Echo Echo can generate sonic waves so powerful that they turn Mark's internal equilibrium to liquid in seconds. Also, we can't forget about clockwork. Ben doesn't even need to touch Mark. He can manipulate time itself to age Mark into dust or freeze him in a time loop. Then there's atomics. Mark survived the heat of the sun, but Atomics is a walking nuclear reactor that outputs concentrated nuclear level radiation, and we've seen Viltrumite struggle with toxins and biological attacks, and a focused radiation blast from Atomics is a checkmate. Ben has over 1 million aliens in his database. He isn't just fighting Mark, he's exploiting every flaw in the Viltrumite genetic code. Heck, Ben could probably transform into one of those red dinosaur looking things. He can even scan Mark himself and acquire Viltrumite DNA. We can't forget that. Even if Mark manages to push Ben to his limit, he hits a wall, and it's called Alien X. A celestial sapien is a universal level reality warper. Alien X can recreate an entire universe with a thought. Mark Grayson is just a 3D being with physical limits. Alien X is a god who exists outside time and space. But As I said before, Ben could simply scan Mark and gain access to Viltrumite DNA, and the Omnitrix would transform him to the Viltrumite Prime. We can't forget, the Omnitrix transforms the user not into just a regular alien of that specific, I don't know, species or planet. It transforms the user into the peak version of that species. Mark would be fighting a genetically optimized peak version of his own species. Mark loses because he's fighting a kid who can become the better version of him and then delete the universe around him. Ben 10 wins, and it isn't even close. Ben 10 isn't just a hero, he's a biological fail-safe for the entire universe. But I want to know from you, I want to hear what you guys think. Does Mark's smart atoms give him a conditioning win, or am I missing something? Or is the Omnitrix just too broken? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and let's continue this conversation in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.